Yes, we are back. Back again in Train Sim World 5. Back again on Birmingham Cross City. Back again in Bromsgrove. And for those here on YouTube, yes, I didn't have my mic muted at the beginning while I was waiting. Had a little cough. You could hear a train, a 170 sat next to me until I realised I was unmuted. Professionalism. Yes, this time still in the same timetable. So the 170 cross country / West Midlands Railway timetable. But this time we're going to do a full line run from here in Bromsgrove in that 323. So a couple of full line runs in the 323 where we will then see the 170s, 350s, 390s, maybe the HST and other things trundling around. So we'll get to see what it's like if you're not driving the 170 on the 170 timetable. That makes sense? Anyway, hopefully. There was a 170 here, which is why I started to stream early, but it vanished off down there. So, timing. If you are watching this on YouTube, hello. How you doing? There'll be links in the doobly-doo below to where you can get the route. There'll be a link down there to a Twitch page where you can watch me live on Twitch, because apparently this is live. And the link down there to the Discord server as well. Good evening then to Pina, that's been here waiting for a while, and so's Trent.
Wow, 49 months and still here, sorry not. Been around lately but am back again.
Skippy, not a problem, sir. Hope you're doing okay. And 49 months is many of the months. Hi to McBone as well, and Nigel, and put a tiger in your tank. Right, let's get on board then, because we're going all the way to Lichfield, Trent Valley in this. That's where Trent lives. He's got his own valley near Lichfield. We'll unlock the doors. So yeah, there was a 170 here. So I was like, oh quick, start the stream. And I could have had the 170 there, and it sodded it off. So at least we'll now get further than New Street. And hopefully then we'll see some other thing. 170 is good. Streamed it last night with the 170. And the 350 and the 390 and the HST. I really like it. It does only run between Bromsgrove and New Street. Hi, Nico. So that's why I thought I'd do the same timetable tonight, but in the 323. All right, let's get going. All right, see if this will go up Licky Incline quicker than the 170 did, which was, what, 36 miles an hour? Is Trent secretly a millionaire like me? If only you knew. Trains of this type on a different body in Spain. Okay. How's the trains going? They're going. I've actually had to back off the throttle right now. Go. There you go. Thumbnail. I ain't got to worry about that now. New Lumo services have been approved. What are they on about doing somewhere? Was it Norwich Way or something like that? I've never been on Lumo because they got more expensive now. I do want to go to Pina Country, but it's expensive. Oh, Glasgow. No one wants to go there. Busy day at work. Yes. Took me most of the morning to catch up with things after having 2 days off. A few people were like, "Thank God you're back." Right, so these are a struggle still. The angry trains, what's that, the 730? Go up here with no problem at all. We're saying last night, the problem with now having the 170 is that you can't really have the angry train. I call it an angry train because it looks angry. It's like, "Rrr," because of the time scale that they've set the 170 in. So you couldn't really then add something more modern in as well. Yes, both of you travelled first class to London. You both, oh, you Northerners have got too much money. Oh, there were loads of it. It's quite amusing actually reading emails on Friday going, "Steve's not in. Who's going to sort this?" Someone asked, "When am I off again?" It's not till the Friday before the August bank holiday. I've got 3 weeks before another day off. 50 quid. See, sometimes it is worth doing the upgrade, isn't it? I am going to keep my eye out for the sale because this year went to Penzance. No, Truro. They went to Truro this year. Last year did Penzance in the GWR sale. I will go again next year, even if it is all by myself, because that was like 30 quid return all the way to Penzance from here. Right, so that was definitely less of a slog going up there than in the 170. That's a bargain. Yeah, see, that's where you live in a really good area. The thing is, I'd like to do the sleeper train, and when I had company, there was a discussion about doing the sleeper train. The problem is with it, you're getting on a train. So for me, I'd have to travel to London in the evening, get on a train, travel overnight to Penzance, and then you've got to get back to here. It just, it's like, almost one of those things, if I could combine it with the sale, so if you could get back cheaply and get to London cheaply, then it's worth doing. But, you know, you're sleeping for the journey. Well, yeah, if I do that, or when I do that next year, I'm going to go down one day and back the other, because it was a bit of a challenge to do it in one day there and back. I'd love to go to Scotland. I'd love to go to Carawa, because the overnight, the sleeper train, the Caledonia Sleep, wherever it is, hi Amber, stops at Carawa. Well, there we go. 323.
Good evening, all white 59 months. Why?
Because you love me, Michael. That's why. There we go. That's it. Plain and simple. There's no sugarcoat in that, really. Right, we have arrived at Barnt Green, so we weren't stopping here last night in the 170. So we'll do a 4-line run in this. We'll see if we can do Lichfield and back, and then I will do one in the 170 in case anyone wasn't here last night. Why weren't you? You should have been. Yeah, we did go on one of the days we went up to Birmingham where the 323s are still running around and the new trains. So we did get to experience both, which is actually quite a nice back-to-back test in small doses. When was the last time you saw me? In London last year. So a year ago. Some people say that's too often. Seen Pina in 2 months' time. That's going to be eventful. I actually saw a picture of, well, a very distant picture of Pina the other day. It was a very distant, slightly blurry picture. Right, so Longbridge next. Where, well, there's not a lot left of the Longbridge works now. With the rise of MG and the popularity. I think they just do some PDIs at the Longbridge factory now. So yeah, so we are on the 170 timetable, so you will see 170s running around, but I thought, because we can't do a 4-line run in the 170, well we could, but it wouldn't be a stopping service, so I thought I'd do a 323 4-line run from Gromsgrove? Where's Gromsgrove? Bromsgrove to Lichfield. And then what we'll do is we'll come back to the Age of Jive. No. We'll come back to New Street and then jump into 170 to go back to Bromsgrove. For those that didn't see the 170 last night. Hello? Gromsgrove. Does Gromit come? You're all over it, you lot, aren't you? One little thing. Sharp as a hawk, sharp as a butter knife. That's what ventriloquists got the gear. That's what friends are for. Hey, I haven't got any of those though. Idiots, yes. Acquaintances. I have arrived at Longbridge. Only a minute late as well. Doors are unlocked. I'll be your friend. Oh, what was that from? Was that Kiora? Actually, 26. Definitely 26. Was that a Kiora advert? I'll be your friend. Or was it on Umbongo? No, okay. There's a drink called Umbongo, and I think the catchphrase was Umbongo, Umbongo, they drink it in the Congo. No wonder people growing up in the 80s were warped. Right, Northfield. I won't mention the story about the fact I got thrown out of the pub called the Merritts Brook, which is gone now for being too drunk. Wasn't it Orville? I wish I could fly right up to the sky, but I can't. Is he still around? The Orville guy, or was he dead? Keith Harris, wasn't it? Keith Harris and Orville. One of a number of ventriloquists. Ventriloquy. He's dead. That's Orville's career over then, isn't it? A bit like when Rod Hull fell off the roof. That was Emu's career gone. Kiora was, I'll be your dog. He was on TV in the 80s, so probably in prison. Wow. He died in 2015. Oh. Well, so far we've seen... Well, I heard a 170 before I started the stream. We haven't seen one yet. Obviously, this used to be a lot busier with the central platforms as well. Door is opening. Yeah, so when we went up to Manchester, we went on an ex-West Midlands 323 in Manchester. So it can't get away from the fluid things. Right, Kings Norton next. So yeah, we're going to take this all the way to Lichfield Trent Valley. You've ordered the Crown today. I need to do something. I have an idea. That's right. His Majesty doesn't watch the train streams. Yeah, having those extra layers now in this, which hopefully we will see, has really given me another appreciation for Birmingham Cross City. And as I was saying last night, I hope that means we're going to get more like that. You know, give us more layers to some other existing routes. That's what we need. Because hopefully we'll see New Street being a lot busier. Well, yeah, here it's last night. It actually felt busy. Where it's the time of day, we're not going to see much. Well, we've seen a couple of 323s so far. I said there was a 170 that left Bromsgrove as I was leaving Bromsgrove. I know we're not going to see much the other side of New Street because not a lot goes the other side. Who? Ed? No, Ed looks like the Queen, which is why we called Ed His Majesty. Obviously not the Queen now, because slightly, you know, decayed, I think is probably going to be the word. Exactly a minute late. That's not bad going. Alright, let's have a quick... I don't like these 3-seat things on these trains. It's very... Baldy! Hello, Baldy! It's fine. Come back. It's fine. We spotted the Baldy. We can come back and hide now. Lock doors. Another 323 coming in. Make our way to Born free as the wind blows. The purple coloured station. There's another thing we were going to do on one of the Birmingham days was do the Cadbury's tour. So many things we were going to do but never did. I went years ago when it first started. When it first started doing the tours, I think. Why have you... Don't put the brakes on. Look, train. Me and you are going to fall out. Thank you. Can we go again now? You're not allowed nowhere near a chocolate factory. I've gone off chocolate. I used to be able to sit and eat like a 200-gram bar of Cadbury's Dairy Milk in one sitting. Now I've realised I'm getting, well, like larger is probably the word. I do need to cut out on crap. More walking is what I need to do. So I've gone from going out... There's a 170! I've gone from going out somewhere like 3 weekends out of 4 to not. McDonald's Briar Jaffa Cake McFlurry. McDonald's is one place I will not be rushing back to. I had a couple of Burger Kings a few weeks ago. I don't miss having to go into McDonald's. And spoons. I'm not a fan of spoons. We have arrived at the purple. Oh, it's purple. We've arrived at the purple station. I can't do the speaking. Speaking is difficult. Oh, locked doors already. It's like being on the underground. Yes, we'll give you 12 seconds to get on and off the train. I bet you think that was funny, don't you, Michael? You're in for a shock because it wasn't. If you've just joined, where have you been? Although, as you can see, the eagle-eyed amongst you will see that we're not in, well, I'm not in a 170, but we are in the 170 timetable. So the plan was to do a 4-line run in the 323, so you'd see 170s and other things running around. We just had a 170 pass us. So it should get busier as we get towards New Street. Well, I suppose you could stir your coffee with a fork, pen. She didn't have that many coffees today. It was quite busy. That's breaking. Hello. We're now slowlying towards Selly Oak, the home of the hospital. It's not the only thing that's there, but it's famous for the hospital. Have I broken it? The hospital? No. Wow, straight in there, Michael. All right. What are you going towards us? You are 323. And, oh, we're getting slower. We were a minute late. Now we're like a minute and a half late. We are going to Lichfield, Trent Valley, the home of Trent. Right, that one goes the other way. Yeah, I quite enjoyed doing the semi-fast service. So it was just Bromsgrove, Aston, then straight into New Street. But hopefully at some point someone does a timetable mod that allows you to do the 4 run in the 170. That'd be quite nice. So University is next. Didn't they change it from Birmingham University to University of the West Midlands or something? Or Central England or something like that? Because, you know, going to Birmingham University didn't sound that great. We had a weird one. My old school at one point was turned into University of Bath. It was University of Bath in Swindon campus. What? Who goes to Bath Uni and has to come to Swindon for a course? Right, we are now arriving at university. That would be disappointing, yeah. Did you have your bath in Bath? I do miss having a bath. One day I'll get the bathroom done. I'm really hoping that hotel in Doncaster's got a bath. I will be having one when I check in, one after we come back in the evening, one in the morning. Multiple baths. I should be there soaking in my bubbles. Take a little rubber ducky with me. No, my luck, it'll just be a shower. Right, 5 ways. Good Chinese takeaway at 5 ways. Well, it used to be. God, my ass is milk already. I may have to send the hotel an email going, excuse me. Right, well, so far we've seen 170. So we should see another one in Yeah. Well, probably at New Street, which is a station after this. I'll be like, don't you know who I am? Don't get years ago, I managed to blag the hotel we stayed at in Wolverhampton to give us our own room so that we could do a live stream from. And they didn't charge us for it. They gave us a private room and offered to have someone in the room waiting to get our bar orders. Then a few people dropped out, so it was 5 of us in a private room that they'd laid on. I bet they're really disappointed. Michael's too fat to get in a bath. We get in. I don't know why I slowed down that much ahead of time, but I did. So we should see, hopefully now, because of the layering, some 170s waiting in New Street. Hopefully, we saw a couple of 350s last night. Saw a 390. I haven't seen the 150s yet, but allegedly there are some 150s you'll see because they go back and forth to Cardiff. That's true, Trent. There's a train. What are you? Are you a 170? You're a 323. Well, yeah, we've seen one 170. That's going to Bromsgrove. Oh yeah, Stokey's at some knitting convention that weekend. Doors are unlocking. Right, so New Street's next. Well, it should be busier if this layering's working correctly. Oh, Trent, you need to get through Dexter and watch the new series. Oh my God. Right, so it's given us 4 minutes to get to New Street. That's good. If we're standing a while, we can have a bit of a run around. Run around! In Mike Reed style. That's the sort of show they could bring back. Not that I would watch that sort of show. Well, my Australian renovation show's back. I didn't watch it last year because I was out of the house, or the year before. But that's back. That's on 4 times a week. So I'm getting back into that now. Oh, you wait till the last season, Trent. I just heard another 323. Right, so I can see a 390. No, that was the 323. So we got a 390 in. There's a 350 over there. There's a 170 and a 323 over there on the very right. There's a 170 in on the next platform over. Yeah, it's one of the Cardiff services apparently is a 150. So yeah, it is getting busier in New Street. We like that. Right, so this in the 170, this is as far as you can go. You can do Bromsgrove to New Street. In this, however, we go further. So yeah, there's a 170 sat here. That's going to Stansted Airport. What? From Birmingham? What a lovely livery. Here's another one over there in the cross-country livery with a 323 behind it. Nothing to see here. And over here we have Avanti West Coast. Where are you going? You are going to Euston. So this is from West Coast Main Line. Oh, look how dirty that is. From West Coast Main Line South. And obviously the same there as well. That's not in service. And we've got a West Midlands pair of 170s coming in over the other side. So New Street's a lot busier with the 170 DLC. Oh, hang on, we've got another. There you go, another one coming in here. So even if you don't want to run the 170 services backwards and forwards to Bromsgrove, having it installed, if you've got West Coast Main Line South also installed, you'll see these London services trundling about as well. I've just realised now my train's the other side of there. I've got to go. Hopefully that's going to pull down so I can go behind it. Oh yeah, we're okay. Really? Okay, no, we're fine. Nothing to see here. Oh, we're okay. Hang on, I got to lock my doors. Oh, it's just me, isn't it? Okay. No, it's fine. We're roughly on time. Don't worry about it. There we go. So in theory, so where's that come from on this route then? If that's come in from that way. Oh, Aston, because that's where we brought it in from. Used to, well, yeah, but I mean, from as far as this route's concerned, where's the point where it branches off this route? There you go, another 170 coming in. It's definitely busier. This. Let me look at the map. Right, so they've all come down from there, haven't they? So they must come down here, mustn't they? They must come in from here because we go off up there towards Lichfield. Yeah, so they must come down this line. So that's as far as you'll see them then, is here. Yeah, I was just thinking on the map's point of view, how far you would see them. But it's definitely good that New Street's busier. So this is the new station bit they're building, the thingy, whatever it's called. The new station. For HS2. Another 323. Yeah, so we go up there, and I'm guessing the London line then is the one over there to the right. Or down to the left. Yeah, because it would go out past yeah, Birmingham International. We don't. We carry on. Carry on, my wayward son. So the only things we're going to see now are other 323s. Because nothing else would come out here. Although it would. That's shaky. Why is that car parked there? That seems dangerous. It is the airport, yeah, Birmingham International. Also where you get off for the NEC. Where they used to run the maglev train that used to take you from the airport to the NEC. Which I did go on when it was maglev. Right, so what we'll do is we'll see if we can, if we go to Lichfield, we might have to bring this service back again to New Street and then take a 170 back out again. At least I weren't supposed to stop at Duddeston. What are you implying by that? Are you saying that I failed to stop at a station that I was supposed to, or that I may have run a red or something? These implications that people keep making about my ability in this, you have no evidence at all. It's slanderous. Oh, hang on, we got 350 here, look. Oh, yeah, Stockport, yeah. It's just after this station, yeah. Thank you. And no farming was good. Very carrot field on Sunday. Stream's coming up after this, by the way. Tomorrow night, back with some more of The Sims 4 in our house of moderators. Myself, Trent, Nico and Ed, and we're going to be adopting a baby, so that's going to go well. We've moved house as well. Thursday night we got some ETS2 trucking and tunes. Friday night is Wreckfest, looking forward to that one. Not here on Saturday, but we're back on Sunday lunchtime with some farming. It is just me in control, and the only character I'm controlling is me. And don't forget, I've got a job in The Sims, so when I go to work and the baby cries, it's going to be quite amusing as to what happens. As to whether anybody else will look after the baby. Or how long do you think it is before we kill the baby? by like not feeding it, not changing it. Or I should say, how long before Ed, Nico and Trent kill the baby. So yeah, that's tomorrow night. Social services come and take it away, yeah. Right, Gravelly Hill is next. So we did see a 350 there. So that was beyond New Street. Oh, it will be, because all you three kept doing was going on the computer. It'll be doing, a baby's crying, you lot will all be gaming. It's going to be quite amusing, because I won't be controlling, obviously, you can't control the baby, I don't think. Yeah, teach the kid how to bring childline. And we'll see. We'll have to name the baby as well, if we can. But, you know, obviously, adopting a child, we might not get a choice in name. Jesus, the baby Jesus. I think it might have to be if we can name it. That'd be quite amusing. Or just call it BJ. Because, you know, Twitch terms and conditions and all that. Religion. Just call it BJ the baby. Don't, hang on, that sounded wrong. The baby's going to have issues when it grows up. Yeah, Uncle Ed, Uncle Nico, Uncle Trent. One that eats everything, one that eats cake, and one that just sits in the corner and drinks. And then Uncle Stevie that goes out to work. Yeah, and Ed just sits around and farts, yeah. So yeah, so if you want to see that tomorrow night, do tune in. We've got the BR101 releasing for this as well in a couple of days' time. I won't be covering it this week. I may do next week. I had a frozen pizza tonight. It's quite greasy. It's a good fella's stuffed crust one. We've arrived here and we're late. Yeah, it wasn't overly cheesy. This is a new DLC. Well, the 323 isn't. The Regional Railways livery is of the 323. God, that's another one, isn't it? So, Birmingham Cross City, Regional Railways livery, and the 170 DLC. So 3 DLCs to get what I've got currently. Obviously, although we're not driving a 170, this is the 170 DLC timetable, so you'll see 170s running around. And if you've got West Coast Mainline South installed, as we saw back in New Street, you'll see the 390, the 350 there as well. So they'll add them as AI layers and drivable layers as well. But I thought I'd just do a 4-line run because we didn't last night. We only went backwards and forwards between Bromsgrove and New Street. Well, the route's been out a little while now, so I should imagine if you haven't got Birmingham Cross City, it's a really good route as well. It's an hour and a quarter end to end, and the 323 is great. So it's worth it just for that, because it's not just a complete stopping service. Is this game free? God, no. Do you honestly think something that looks this good would be free? Oh God, braking. Oh, I slightly overbraked. Not sure if I'm a fan of the regional railways livery, if I'm honest. I need to look at some liveries because someone mentioned about the 153 inspection train livery last night. The thing is, I quite like just having them in the livery they should be. Oh no, we got another train. What are you? You should be a 323 out here. And you are. Going all the way to... I don't know if I've ever done a full line run in this. I'm not sure if I've done the whole thing. I've done the whole line, but I don't know if I've done the whole line in one go. One thing I do want to do, which is also my plan to extend my Saturday this week, is do the overground loop in Landon. So maybe start at Gospel Oak, go Stratford, Clapham, Gospel Oak, and then Barking Riverside. Just remember you're a womble. Am I? I'm not all furry. I can't be a womble, unless I'm a shaved womble. Depends on weather as well, Saturday. And how much Colin bores me. I mean, tolerates me. He's done a plan and it involves like stopping places to take pictures of buses. I'm like, really? I was just interested in going on the busway. That's it. Full line, run up the busway, run back. That's it. I'm done. I reckon an hour I could be done. It's Chester Road. Someone said to me at work today, "Oh, did you go South Sea?" I said, "Yeah, I went to South Sea yesterday." "Oh yeah, we were there on Saturday. We got there at 10. We left at like 9 o'clock at night." I said, "Blimey!" I said, "I got there at 20 past 10. I was on the 5 to 12 train." They went, "What?" "Yeah, I got there 20 past 10. I was on the 5 to 12 train back out again." Was it worth going? I achieved what I wanted to achieve. I was back home at 2:30. Wild Green is next. So yeah, so you're not going to see any 170s, 350s, 390s and stuff out this far because, well, they don't come out this far. You'll only see them on the approach into New Street from this end and down as far as Bromsgrove. So we will go back that way. As I said, I just wanted to do a full line run just to show off the line as well for anybody that's interested in getting Birmingham Cross City. It is worth it. Because you're worth it. It's only with routes like this you realise how big Birmingham is. Four days in the Isle of Widget. Nice. Hopefully get to go on the train. Alright, Sutton Coldfield is next. I really enjoyed the day we spent over in the Isle of Wight earlier in the year, March I think it was, where we got the ferry from Yarmouth. That's rain. I really enjoyed that. I definitely want to do that again. Yep, that seems to be a bit rainy now. Yes, at least doing this route shows you how long the route is in this. So it's an hour and a quarter from Bromsgrove all the way through to Lichfield. What, the one for this? The Isle of Wight? There's two versions of it. There's the modern version, which is the new trains, and there's the old version, which has got 1938 stock. It's a good run. So it's only a 20-25 minute run. It's not one of those routes that you'd spend hours going up and down because it's only a 25-minute run. If you can get it on sale, look on CD Keys, look on Instant Gaming, places like that, or if it's on a Steam sale, it's definitely worth picking up because it is a good bit of fun. I wish, I would have gone across the Isle of Wight when the old trains are running. But it's definitely weird sitting on the new ones, knowing you're on an underground train, but you're on the Isle of Wight. I've done plenty of content on it, which is on YouTube. A couple of first trains of the day on it. I've done a couple of streams on each one, I think. It's been a while since I have done it, though. Four Oaks, which is one of the termini. Right, so what we'll try and do then is we'll take this back to New Street. It's got 4 planties there. And then we'll jump back in a 170 and then go back to Bromsgrove. So for those that didn't see the 170 last night. Yeah, the old train was the underground train as well, 1938 stock, yeah. The old Isle of Wight route is £7.19 on Instant Gaming, there you go. And don't forget, if you are looking for routes for Train Sim World 5, you haven't got to buy routes that in the DLC section of Train Sim World 5, say Train Sim World 5. You can buy a Train Sim World 4 route, Train Sim World 3 route, Train Sim World 2 route, and they will work in Train Sim World 5. So if you can find, that's been out a while, the first one, so even if you can find it on Steam for the older version, it might be quite cheap, or for any other route. It's worth looking at the DLCs for each of the different versions of the game if you're on Steam, because you can get some bargains. It's also worth looking if you don't own, say, Train Sim World 4 or Train Sim World 3, looking at see if you can get those, because they'll come with some routes, and if you can get those cheap, even though you're playing Train Sim World 5, install them for the routes, and then you can uninstall the game. Right, we have arrived at Four Oaks. So yes, we've got Butler's Lane, Blake Street, Shenstone, Lichfield City and Lichfield Trent Valley still to go. Was the fifth oak not allowed? No, five's a crowd. A little bit like Seven Oaks in Kent, isn't it? There's about 3 left now, I think, isn't there? Oh, got a bit of wheel slip. Because it is wet, we have moist tracks. Okay, we've still got wheel slip. There we go. I say we still have wheel slip at 30. I wasn't going to back off. Keep it on it. Where are wipers? There we go. We'll put the wiper on. Oh, no, it does work. Very intermittent wiper. Oh. Yeah, I did forget how nice this route is. You almost want another layer to bring stuff out here. So I don't know what stuff would come out this way. I'm guessing nothing. Because you couldn't have anything that's going anywhere else because it'd be stuck behind these. That's definitely a bit rainy. Are you certain of your stopping pattern? Nope. I'm not certain of anything. We got 30 seconds. You know what that means. Baldy! That was easy. Sit back down again. Well, that passed 10 seconds, didn't it? That's a quick find, yeah. No. Well, that's what we said last night, Michael. You can't really... They can't put the angry trains on this now because it's set where the 170s were on it. You couldn't really add the angry trains as well unless they did yet another timetable that had the angry trains on and the 323s, but then you'd still get the 350s, then you wouldn't get the 170s. So I sort of see why they did the 170. And again, as we said last night, speculation, is that because we may be getting Milton Keynes to Birmingham? To me, it's almost logical. You know, you've got West Coast Main Line South that goes to Milton Keynes, and the trains that are in that are now appearing in Birmingham because of this layer. Yet you haven't got Milton Keynes to Birmingham. So does that mean that potentially if we then get Milton Keynes to Birmingham, that the layering for the 170 would already be in, and they've already got the timetabling worked out for stuff going into Birmingham. And again, one of the things we discussed last night, well, I did, was if that was the case, wouldn't it be awesome if, as part of Train Sim World 6, they went, you know what, you've got Euston to Milton Keynes, you've got Milton Keynes to Birmingham. Because you've got those, we can install both of them together. And oh, by the way, here's now a timetable that runs from Euston, we have a problem, straight to Birmingham. What would I do if someone on Twitch reported me for calling people baldy? They'd have to get a life. I think there's people on Twitch doing a lot worse things than me calling a computer image baldy. You'd have to seriously have something wrong with you. And that one's going to Redditch. We're going all the way to Lichfield. Thing is, Michael, I can almost see the decline of Train Sim Classic. And I bet Dovetail have seen a decline of Train Sim Classic now, and the rise of Train Sim World, both on console and on PC, because people want the graphics. And, you know, the longer routes, fine. You know, I'm not expecting a full run from London to Glasgow. Eventually, maybe. And, you know, it's only, there are limitations by the creators, and there were some limitations on consoles. But once you overcome those limitations, why not? Who's to say in a couple of years' time that you won't be able to do London to Glasgow in this? I love doing those longer routes. It was a struggle for me when I was doing Train Sim Classic to find routes that were about the 2.5 hour mark. There were so many routes that were longer. I never did that route from Glasgow up the west coast that was about 5.5 hours long. I had some crashing issues in it initially and never came back to it. Yeah, Malayk. And I love doing the Paddington to Penzance in a pacer. And it would be awesome, like from my point of view, to be able to go London to Bristol, or be able to do London to Newcastle or York, you know, a couple of hour run. I'm not saying I want to do, you know, America coast to coast, but I think now an hour maybe isn't enough. And to give you the option, you know, if they're going to do, which they haven't done yet, have they? There's nowhere they've linked two routes. So, you know, if, and this is my assumption, if they did give us Milton Keynes to Birmingham, then nothing to say you have got to do it all in one. You went to Railway Fantasy US Party, everyone was wearing platforms. Oh dear, really, Tom? Really? But it'd be nice to have the option. Exactly, Amy Lou. You know, on console you might not be able to do it, but at least on PC you'd be able to go, okay, you've got both these routes, would you like to combine them? You know, as you launch Euston to Milton Keynes, the game goes, oh, I see you've got Milton Keynes to Birmingham. Do you want to launch them both? rather than do the route hopping thing. And again, even the ability to be able to go, right, I've got London to Brighton and I've got Brighton to Eastbourne, but rather than route hop when you get there, have it load both routes. Even if as you got close to Brighton it loaded in Eastbourne, so tiles, a bit like Omsi does. But then the ability to get out at Brighton and there's an Eastbourne train sat there without having to route hop, and then jump straight in the Eastbourne train and go off to Eastbourne. Come back, there's a London train sat there. Just go and get in it and drive to London. So when you've got those connecting timetables, load them all at once. But give you the option not to if your PC isn't powerful enough. You know, some people don't have all the routes installed. I've got every single route installed because I like having those layers and like being able to have the option. I think it's about 1 terabyte now I've got of just Train Sim World. But if you do UK stuff, you just have all your UK routes installed, which, as I said earlier, even if you don't intend on playing the routes, they add layers. So even if you're not a fan of the Tees Valley line, have it installed because it may add cargo layers, if you like cargo, onto some of the other lines that you're doing. Tom, just take a bow and, you know, Icona. Right, so now we got a couple of mile run out to Lichfield. How are you? How? Good for a Tuesday. Apart from the fact this thing has just shoved the brakes on, so I went through a neutral section. Have I got the week off? No. My next day off is the Friday before the August bank holiday. Did you miss Didcot? Yeah, it was just back there. Right, we'll see how long the turnaround is when we get to Lichfield. If it's a couple of minutes, then we'll turn around and take this back. If not, I'll just spawn back into New Street. And then we'll do a 170 run. Anywhere in the north is Birmingham, well, Lichfield. It's not Didcot. You lot are not very nice to me, are you? I'm here trying to entertain you for a couple of hours on a Tuesday evening. And what do I get back? Abuse. Do. Yeah, we're lovely. Really? I've forgotten how nice the 323 is. Oh, that's a bit of speeding. Oh, it's going to be a lot of speeding now. Oh, we're fine. Uh-huh. We wouldn't take the mick out of our Stevie. Really? Some people pay good money for it and you're getting it for free. Well, there is that. Barry, thank you very much. 36 months on a 32-month streak. You obviously didn't like me for the first 4. It's understandable. People like me for years and then go off me. It's like a Monty Python sketch with the argument. I just come here for abuse. There you go. It's the right room for an argument. Right, we have arrived at Lichfield City. Oh, one more to go. Lichfield Trent Valley. Trent's got his own valley. Who knew? We've never ever given you abuse. We're a lovely bunch of people. Really? No. I use a combination of, well, throttle quadrant and my farm sim panel and the G27 panel. I'll show you when I get to Lichfield what I use to be able to do that, which for me is a game changer for this, because it means I can use my throttles as the throttle. I got one mapped for the reverser now, one for train brake if it's got it, and one for, well, this because it's a single handle, the other throttle does both. And it's extremely easy to set up. The bells, the bells. There is a red. Right, don't run the red like you lot made me do last night. By distracting me. Yeah, I've got a HOTAS. I don't use it for this. But you could. Quick, let's distract him. Thank you. Only work if you're on PC, which well, you are, because you've got G920. I see the red. What I can do is... Oh, no, hang on. There we go. We got the yellow. My alarm is going off. Again. Yeah, that got caught by the bot there, Michael. Surprisingly. Seeing it, stopping... Look, stop picking on me. I'll cry. Don't text me either. I've got the chat on my right screen. I've got stuff going on the screen above me. I'm trying to concentrate on this screen. Then Nico texts me on my phone, which is over to the left. Right, we have arrived at Lichfield Trent Valley. You lot are evil. ETS, Farm Sim, or MSFS? I love Train Sim. Yeah, we've got a multiplayer farm. We're doing ETS2 on Thursday night, farming on Saturday, Wreckfest on Friday. No, farming on Sunday. You have entered my hole in the valley, says Trent. Okay, thanks, Trent. Oh, God, there's a thing. Right, what I'll do... Right, this is the software I use. Train Sim World rail driver and joystick interface. Because Train Sim World out of the box supports rail driver, which by the way is overpriced and rubbish. What you can do with this software is basically map buttons and controls, and then change it to whatever you want. So you can map buttons for opening doors, as I do, inserting key, reverser, forward and backwards, views that I use, and I use the throttle quadrant for here. That's moving the throttle and brake backwards and forwards. I've got one for the reverser, so the middle one, and the one for the right is the train brake. So I just use my Logitech throttle quadrant, and as I accelerate, I'm just sliding the throttle down. It makes such a difference. And then buttons I use are either on the throttle quadrant, which is shown there. I use some on the PharmaSim panel and some buttons on the G27 shifter to also do other things. That's available from the Train Sim World community website. It's free. You just install the software, map the buttons, and whenever you start playing Train Sim World, you just click on Start Callback. It says here, connected to Train Sim World, and you just leave that on. It's seriously a game changer for me as far as controlling Train Sim World, which is why yesterday the 170 wasn't supported out of the box using a rail driver. I couldn't then use it, which was a real pig. Right, so tail lights are on, headlights are off. We'll take the key out. We'll go and walk down the other end. It's brilliant. It's really, really worth it. That was a train at speed. Right. So, key in, reverser into forward, which I'd use map one of the buttons for. So you could map buttons for windows and things. There's so many buttons you can map. Well, the rail driver is supported out of the box. So I looked at the rail driver years ago. A, I haven't got room for it anyway, and B, it just looked a bit, I don't know, not say cheap, but not really something I don't think is worth it. You know, I paid 60 quid, I think, for the Logitech throttles. I've got two sets. One on my left I use for trains, one on my right I use for flight. So I can use the throttles with my left hand, the mouse with the right hand for this, and then with flight, you know, I can adjust the view, and also the throttles aren't so essential. So when I'm landing, I can leave a fixed view, hand on my solid 9 inches to my left, and you'll use the throttle quadrant on my right. Right, so we'll wait for this to start at 9:08. We'll take this back as far as New Street, and then we'll jump in a 170 for those that haven't seen the 170, and then run that back down to Bromsgrove. Which is where this is going. Right, I'm probably going to have to open and close the doors. You watched some of my Sims game video? Yeah. So there's more of that tomorrow. There we go. Let passengers on. Ah, there we go. We've got the main line down there, look. That must be layering. Hang on. So that must be layering here. So yeah, so Lichfield, Trent Valley, lower stations. So these... So yeah, so that's going to be the next one through there is the 10:02 to Crewe. And what's coming the other way? The 9:15 to Euston. So if we sat here for 5 minutes, we'd probably see a train stopping on its way to Euston. That's quite cool. While we're sat waiting up there. Is looking at a new controller of train sim mod the other day. By the time you pay the postage and import, it's almost expensive as a rail driver. Yeah, there are a couple of new ones out. My advice: Logitech throttle quadrant, the little one with the 3 levers. I said I've got one set as throttles, one set as reverser, don't have to have it, and one set as brake. And you can just mount that and just sliding a lever, because that's all you need. If you've got a button box, which again I recommend getting a button box, then that you can, or keyboard commands for horn, fine. It's the action for the throttle is just so nice to do it with a lever rather than use a controller or keyboard. Right, do we wait and see? I want to wait and see. Let's sod being late. Let's speed up time. I want to see this train come in and stop. Yeah, God mode, it's another mod if you're on PC. Allows you to terminate a tour or relinquish a service and speed up time. So again, that's... I don't think that one's stopping. So that's again in the Train Sim World community page. I don't think that train was going to stop there. So there should be one due in a couple of minutes then that's going to stop here. It's a 350 that stops. Okay. There it is. Oh, balls. Right, so in theory, this is the one that's just... That's loud. So this has just come out of New Street and then come to here. So it's come a different way. Right, so that's why Milton Keynes to Birmingham via this loop would be really good, wouldn't it? So to come in here and then go into New Street that way. Oh, it's going into no, it's going to Euston. So it's come from Birmingham. It's a 9:15 to Euston. Now it's going to Nuneaton, Rugby, Long Buckby, Northampton, Wolverton, Milton Keynes, and then down. Well, there we go. Right, we're now very late to make our way back. There are crew to London via Northampton. Don't go through Birmingham. Ah, okay. Right. Let's get going then, because we're now 5 minutes late. See, that would be a great addition, wouldn't it? Oh, so hang on. So that didn't go to New Street. So where does it go? Oh, the AI are quite weird on this. Oh, hang on, we're swapping over tracks, aren't we? Braking. It started a crew. Yes, but did it go to New Street? That's what I'm asking. And then it came a different way. No. Right. Oh, I know the line it comes down. It's the one that's north-east of Birmingham. The one that goes through Lichfield, Trent Valley. Yes, I know the line it's on now. Okay, now, yeah, I'm with you now. I had to get my bearings as to where we were.
Oh, yeah.
IB Charles, thanks for the follow. Yeah, if you like farming and trucking, you may like some of the things that we do. Just ignore tomorrow because it's The Sims. The Manchester Euston uses that line as well. Right. Okay. Oh, that's rapid. Okay, ignore the speeding. Look, it's been like 6 weeks since I've had someone jabbering trains in my ear. I've forgotten a lot of it. It's quite a relief, if I'm honest, but you know. So hang on. Okay, and ignore me. This is me being dense then. People are all about doing Milton Keynes to Birmingham via the Northampton loop. But if they don't stop at Birmingham, what's the point of having it? Or is that just me being dense? Because surely the idea would be you want to go from Milton Keynes to Birmingham New Street. I can almost hear someone sat there going, look, you wrinkly old dimwit. Some trains do go to New Street from Milton Keynes. Well, yes, because you can get a train from Birmingham to Milton Keynes. We were on one. Hang on, didn't I go via Coventry? Didn't that go... Because I'm sure we changed at Coventry. Because that then went on to Milton Keynes. Yes, so that's the line that we'd want in this then. So Milton Keynes to Birmingham via Coventry then is the line that you'd want in this to be able to link Milton Keynes and Birmingham. Discord, oh my god. Someone going to join Discord server. Don't do it. It's full of idiots. Don't do it. They're all deranged in there. Blimey, I'm hard work. I'm hard work. I don't do trains. I spent 2.5 years just listening to trains information. I didn't absorb any of it. Can't hear it comes up as invalid. Shouldn't do. Any one of the YouTube videos will have a link to Discord. Not that I'm promoting my YouTube. There's a YouTube link somewhere. Oh, hang on. Wait. We're a semi. Oh, Timetable doesn't work, does it? So I've turned around. So we're going all the way back to Blake Street now. Yeah, have a look at any YouTube video. Link opens okay in a browser. There you go. That's not a bad shout. Well, that's going to be the week we're in Doncaster. Which is why we're doing York that weekend. So maybe tomorrow. Yeah, some point that week or the week after. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's not a bad shout. What route though? Preston to Carlisle? I think that'd suit it, wouldn't it? So do a steam run, then do old diesel, and then end up in something new and modern. It's not a bad idea. I don't know what I'm doing for Christmas yet. You know, I've had people here in the past. You know, we had an idea last year about doing something with a few people here and ordering one stop at a time. So doing a long stream, but changing drivers. If I manage to shift this setup into the other room by the end of the year, probably slim, and I do end up with people here over Christmas, then that might be something. But the various bits of, well, we don't know what we're going to get in Train Sim World 6 yet. We'll find out in 4 weeks' time. It's going to be another UK route, and based on West Coast Main Line last time, hopefully a good UK route.
Hello, somehow been subbed to this for 2 years. Oh God.
Daniel, if only that was 2 years. But unfortunately, 24 months, as we all know, is 3/4 of a year. So it's not been 2 years. I hate to disappoint you, but you've got to keep going if you want to get to that year. Actually quite nice doing a non-stop run back. We are like a semi-fast service, so it shouldn't take us too long to get back to New Street. Then what we'll do is we'll see if there's a 170 in that we can nab. Time goes a lot slower on these streams. Hey, what are you saying? For me, it rushes by. Some of the streams, it seems like I sit down and the next thing is it's like it's gone 8 o'clock. I have a semi by the sea. The sea does that to me. We've got our idea for when the coach thing comes from ETS2 that we're going to do over a number of streams, visiting every capital city in the map. Isn't a semi an American truck? Yeah. A semi. I got a semi in my semi. Braking. More braking. Some more braking. We have arrived back at Blake Street. Locking doors. Doors are locking. Hey, we don't give you very long to get off today. Alright, Butler's Lane. Where all the butlers come from. Not when you're 4 minutes late, they don't. Well, yeah. I waited late because we waited to watch the 350. It's your guys' fault. You should have said to me, no. Timetable. It's your fault. But no, don't watch the 350 because you've got to keep to your timetable. Not now. It's always the driver's fault, probably. I was intrigued by that train. I like that. I don't know if that would have been there if it wasn't for the 170. I don't think it would have been. Because I'm sure the only thing that runs on this route, apart from freight, are the 323s, without that 170 layering. Me and you are getting married and we're going to adopt little fat kids. I just got rid of one of those. Well, that was getting fat. OMSI 2 new map looks good. Yeah, Sim posted it earlier. I don't know. I don't really play enough OMSI. Spending 25 quid for OMSI, just, I don't know. I might have a look at the weekend. There's the DLC for the bus coming out as well, isn't there? The new map for that. We're doing OMSI once a month? What more do you want from me? We did a brief flight stint. One flight, that's it. Probably this time, isn't it? Trains on a Tuesday, something on a Wednesday, something else on a Thursday. You got fun Friday, Saturday, farming Sunday. So you only got 2 streams a week really to stick some other things in that we like doing. You know, Railroads Online we haven't gone back to. We still haven't finished Left 4 Dead. I want to do some more Planet Coaster. We've got The Sims, we've got Ships at Sea we're enjoying now. You have to stream on Mondays. I do some Mondays as well. I don't think I tried Railroader. Get up early and do 2 streams a day. I'm at work, I've just gone 7. It's because you're on the bus company at what, 10 past 6 this morning. Get up at 5. Stream at lunchtime when you finish The West Wing. That took me an hour and 10 minutes today to watch a 43-minute episode of like all the interruptions I kept getting. Only got 14 to go. I still don't know what I'm going to do when I get to the end. Right, Sutton Coldfield is next. We've still got a few to go, haven't we? I'm conscious of time, whether we get enough time to run back to Bromsgrove. You'll be surprised, actually, Chef Lad. The only time I sit in, apart from like weekends when I'm recording, like I did on Saturday, Friday. No, I have a routine. I'm a creature of habit in the mornings. I get up, I go downstairs. I make a cup of coffee. I open the curtains in the living room, put the coffee on the table, come back upstairs, check my phone, you know, check Discord, check emails. Check the bus company because it's normally Gary's on, and then when my alarm goes off again at 6:15, I go back downstairs and sit and look at a cup of coffee for 20 minutes before I then have a shower and get ready to go to work. And so it's just one of my routine things where I just look and see who's on. and what the rating is. Right, we'll shortly be arriving in Sutton Coldfield. I'm conscious of that it's a 20-minute run back to Bromsgrove. $62. Oh, it's going up. Right, what we might have to do is go fast to New Street. Now we might have to skip some stations. So we'll stop at Sutton Coldfield, and then we'll see if we can go fast all the way to New Street, if it'll let me. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we do apologise. We're now going to be going fast to Birmingham New Street. We will not be stopping at Wild Green. Right, all the way to New Street then, see if we can get a 170 and take that back to Bromsgrove. Problem is, I think we may catch up with some things. It's the only risk of doing this and stopping stations, although I am a couple of minutes late. We might get held, and not in a nice way. Train don't stop Wild Green Tuesdays, or where the next station is. Yeah, there's going to be some slightly disappointed passengers at Wild Green. They'll be wild. That's fine. There'll be another train along in 20 minutes or so. Or we can go get the buzz. Yeah, Chester Road, where we also won't be stopping. Sorry, Pat, they will be thinking, oh, here comes the train. No. Duddeston. I always stop at Duddeston. Don't know what you're implying. Oh, Erdington next. Where we also, you know, won't be stopping. Yeah, Gravelly Hill. Chicken or beef? What? Is Michael having some sort of seizure? Can you smell toast? That's from the Trent Book of Spelling on how to spell chicken. Chicken, oh, chicken or beef, great. Okay, yeah, that was... Right, we got a yellow. Oh, and a 50. Right, stop at Aston. And then it is the approach into Birmingham then. Don't leave your chicken up. I'm not saying anything to you lot anymore. Hey, we'll be busy tomorrow. Nice quiet streams with a mute streamer. I've got any OXO cubes. I threw them away because they went out of date. So I haven't used any OXO cubes about 3 years. Because that would mean, you know, cooking. Is my RAM? The RAM's fine. Can I start a bus? Yes. Apart from an electric one. Stupid thing. Right, so we're going to obey the speed limit. We're still going to not stop at Aston. Passengers thinking, oh, the train's here, it's going to slow down and stop. Where's it going? Yes, Trent, I can delete the... Look, I'm not the one that has issues with putting things in files. Right, so 2.2 miles, and then we'll make our way back into New Street. We'll give up this service then. And then we'll see if we can find a 170 going down to Bromsgrove. That wasn't my fault. That was the stupid Yorkshire map. And its stupid HOF files. Stupid thing. Look, stop picking on me. It's not very nice. I'll tell my mum. I'm having some bitter tonight. No, no. Not during the week. There are 4 in the fridge when I get back from land and on Saturday. I'll scream and scream and scream until I'm thick. Ah, damn it, it's a red. I had a feeling that we'd get that because we're early. We obviously haven't got the right pile thing, have we? Oh no, it's gone yellow. We're okay. Thought it might have kept us outside New Street. Oh, another train going underneath us, look. So that's come from London then. So that's the Euston We Are a Problem service. See, that'd be so cool to have Milton Keynes to Birmingham and then see these things running around as you come in. Stop nicking your jokes. No. It's funny. You should be pleased. I'm not a Comdian, aren't you? Are you sure you're not a Comdian? You look like a Comdian. Comedian, that's better. That makes more sense now. A condiment. Don't ask him to say cutlery. Oh, Michael did buy Trent a dictionary for our Secret Santa. Cutlery. He calls it cuckory because he can't say the word cutlery. And when we were somewhere having a meal in Nottingham, he asked him for the cuckory. And the woman or guy looked at us and said, cutlery. We even tried to break it down and go, right, cut. He goes, cut, re. Cuckory. No, that's not what you've just said. Cut, re. Cut, re. Cuckory. At that point, you just want to slap Trent. Right, well, there's a 170. That's going to Leicester. You're one of a kind. You certainly are, Trent. Cool whip. I know there was a red, now you've mentioned it. Right. So what we'll do is we'll get out, we'll get off, we'll use God mode to relinquish the service. Ow.
May I have your attention, please? Closed circuit television.
So where are you going? You're going to Hereford. At 9. So that'd be the one we want, isn't it? So that's going to go to Bromsgrove. So this is what we want. Okay, that works. In that case, we will steal this train. There we go. Okay. Key in and forward, headlights onto day running, tail lights to off. Right, so we'll take the 170 then. What are we? Oh, we're a 2 car this time, down to Bromsgrove. See, that's the bit I like in this. And that's the bit where I think having linked lines would be good, so that you could just arrive into a terminus and just go and jump in a train and then take it somewhere else without having to do the route hopping. W. Other letters in the alphabet are available. Quite like hearing a train just sat ticking over. Like 166s sound quite nice, just sat on tick over. Just putting your W3 hypers on. Okay. So we go, so we arrive on a 323 and we depart on a 150, which means we should be chasing that 323 because that 323 was also going to Bromsgrove, but because I was early, that's going to sit there now for about another 3 minutes, so that's going to end up behind us. Well, we've got a red. I hear a 350. Does that mean we then got to wait for something? I know what we can do while we're waiting. Why are you sat there? Okay. Baldy! Okay, fine. There's no lights on in the cab. In the passenger thing. We got a switch for that? There you go. They got lights now. Twitch report filed. Thank you, Nigel. Right, 2.4 miles to university. Oh, the throttle quadrant isn't mapped. Back to buttons then. Yeah, so 323 we brought in is still sat there. So we've got out ahead of that, which is good. Oh, 9:53. So yeah, we're going to be a couple of minutes ahead of it then. So that was good timing then, see? The fact that we just stop at university, then run fast to Bromsgrove. Not as stupid as Michael looks. No one could be that stupid, in all fairness. I do like the electrics, and the 323s does sound good. There is just something about a diesel. even if this thing does make a lot of noise and doesn't actually do much. I hope you pass a red. I hope I don't. Birmingham has never looked so nice as it does in this. It's not all gloomy. Actually does look quite nice as a 2-car. Makes a lot of noise and doesn't do much, sounds like me. Well, at least we're going down the hill into Bromsgrove and not up it. Oh, I spent a lot of my youth in Birmingham, so I do like it. Yeah, I took a couple of our ex-comrades around my old stomping ground last summer, including the place where I broke my ankle when I was... well, I think they put something in the water. I was fine when I went in the pub, came out and ended up breaking my ankle. I need to put a complaint in. Not like Ed, I think. Ed with that holy water. There's something in it. It does, Amber. Right, into university. Yeah, I do like the layering. It'll always be interesting to see if those trains that we saw at Lichfield are there if you don't have the 170 installed. I don't think they would be. Yes, going all the way to Hereford. I've not even been to Hereford. Might wait until 9:57. We can do that. So yeah, next week then I might live on stream tackle the DBBR 101 expert mode, or not. I'm probably not going to get time to record anything this weekend. So we'll see. I might have a look at it on the stream. Thing is, trying to read an instruction book and stream at the same time isn't going to go well. You could cause lots of distractions. Yeah, you lot do that anyway. It's going to be one of those, isn't it? Right, switch that switch, turn that switch, stand on one leg, turn that knob, stand on the other leg, turn that knob. See, it releases 2 days' time, so in theory I should get that tomorrow. Right, 10 miles then. The run to Bromsgrove. I'm going to stand on your head. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't sure with this when it was just going to be the 170, and when I just saw that it was only the run from Bromsgrove into Birmingham, that I thought, well, is it actually going to add anything? For me, it adds those layers. If you've got West Coast Main Line South installed, you'll get those London trains coming through Birmingham, and on this section out of Birmingham towards Bromsgrove. So if you like Cross City, as I do, then it's worth that. And as I said earlier, I hope we get more like that. I want to see more add-ons to existing routes. So give us another train that runs on a route that we've already got, so that it adds another layer and more services. Because I'm sure there's quite a few that have got a lot missing. Well, Great Western Express is the worst case in point, when you see nothing coming out of Paddington. You know, that should be busier than Victoria, really. Yeah, I like this. It's well modelled. Said currently no rail driver support, so I can't use my throttles, but everything else is working fine. It's Paddington with a replacement bus service. Yeah, it could be. So yes, you get the 323's stopping services. They're in the underground trains at Ealing Broadway. What's the main London train station? Well, there isn't one. That's the problem, because of all the lines converging on London. It is, you know, Paddington, Euston, King's Cross, St Pancras, Waterloo, Victoria, and the other one that you can't get to by tube. There's 7, isn't there? Liverpool Street, yeah. Fenchurch Street, yeah. That's that one you can't get to by tube, isn't it? Which seems to be stuck behind the, like in the middle of a business district. So yeah, so because it's all, it was no, it's a mainline station. One that runs out to, I want to say, Essex. Because it was all the competing railway companies all wanted to have routes into London. They wanted to have their own train stations. Tower Hill Underground is shown as a connection. What, from Fenchurch Street? Yeah, but you have to walk to it. I suppose it's within walking distance. Yeah, you've got to leave the station now, haven't you? Charing Cross, yeah. You know, some towns used to have 2 railway stations because they were competing train companies. Right, a flat out run now then. Obviously, the last couple of years I've been in and out of Waterloo quite a lot. Although Paddington's my main station. One of my sort of plans for Saturday is every time I go to London, I've got to do my walk across the bridge at Embankment. I just like that. Even when it's busy, I find it quite relaxing. So I might be driving the car to Luton, doing the bus thing, getting the train from Luton into London, so Thameslink, a couple of hours in London, back to Luton, then drive home. So it could be a long day. It's only because it's so... I do it by train from here, but it's so horrendously expensive to get to Luton by train. We did this last night. Since a deja vu go on here, where we overtake a 323. Slowly. Oh, it's slowing for the station now. Bye. Yeah, so much for me not going on trains anymore. Although, yeah, end up on a train this Saturday. Might be doing the Luton Dart thing as well. And the next train I go on will be from Doncaster up to York with a bunch of idiots. Although not many of us. I don't think there's many actually getting the train on the Saturday, because a few people are driving. I think the Sunday everyone's getting a train. Well, there anyway. Oh, picking up speed now. 4.9 miles to go. It's only because it's slightly downhill. Uh-oh, we got a red. Blimey, this is definitely shifting. I need to do one of the high-speed runs again. Red just means go faster. I'll slow it, I'll coast it because we've got the 75. Also, I've got a ticket booked to go on the Eurostar to Belgium in September. Still don't know yet if I should go. Oh, brake. That's impressively quick. I was shocked at how quick you got. You know, it's half an hour to get to the Eurotunnel, half an hour through the Eurotunnel, and then an hour later you're in Brussels. And coming back last time, I think it was about an hour and 50 minutes. We did Brussels to London. That's pretty damn good going. Because we left Brussels late, it must have been passed through quicker. think something like 2 hours and 20 minutes after leaving Brussels, I was at Vauxhall train station. Yeah, people are sleeping. Told off by a woman at 6 o'clock at night. I did like Brussels. I do like the trams. Right, 1.2 miles then. Downhill we go. The thing that impressed me with Eurostar and Southeastern High Speed, because I went on that down to Dover, was just how quickly out of the station that you're at max. It's almost like within like 10 minutes of leaving London, you're flat out at 186 miles an hour. That's all of the brakes. Blimey, that was... Yeah, emergency brakes on coming down there. Well, there was talk about when... because when aren't Virgin tendering for doing trips under the Eurotunnel? So there was talk about Virgin then stopping at Ashford, because they only stopped there at COVID because it gave good links without going into London. So Virgin, what about stopping there? Because that's the only reason it stops at... or where does it stop? Lille, to give good connections into France. So you're better off if you're going to Euro Disney or something like that. Which, by the way, I'd had no interest, right? All the years that Euro Disney's been open, no interest at all. Never wanted to go to Disneyland. Nothing. The guy I follow on YouTube went there a few weeks ago, and I was like, actually realizing how easy it is to get to by train. Anyway, so yeah, so if Virgin get the ability to run trains under the Eurotunnel, that's going to bring prices down. But they are on about upgrading the lounge at St Pancras because it's not big enough. I've only been through twice, and both times it's been absolutely rammed. Yet when you get back into St Pancras, there's so much empty room as you come back through the passport control and walk around some random corridors. With some rejiggling in there, they need more space, because everyone's just sat on floors, stood up, and that won't cope if then the trains become more frequent. So if more services go in, that means more people going in, especially because they want you there, you know, at least an hour before departure. Then there's all those hundreds of people hanging around for an hour. It's like, blimey. So anyway, we'll have to do Southeastern High Speed again at some point. I'd like to see Eurostar for this. London to Lille would be quite nice, because that's going to be an hour. So just take you through the tunnel, and then Lille through the tunnel back to London. That'd be quite a nice run, because you could use some of the Southeastern High Speed. Oh, it is worse with cancelled trains, as they had some issues before. Brussels wasn't too bad to wait at. Amsterdam's got a new terminal, apparently. That'd be quite an interesting place to go. Not somewhere else I've always wanted to go as well as Amsterdam. You can do it in a day. We 4-hour trip. Paris, been there once. No interest in going back at all. But Amsterdam, I wouldn't mind Amsterdam. Anyway, there we go. We will end there. Enjoyed that. Didn't think the 170 add-on would add too much, but yeah, thoroughly enjoyable and definitely worth getting if you're a fan of Cross City. More trains back next Tuesday then, with maybe the DBBR 101 expert mode. That's going to go well. No, it won't. Tomorrow night, buckle up. The Sims 4. The household with me, Nico, Ed and Trent, where the only character I control is me. And we're going to adopt a baby. we've moved house, so we're in a bigger house. All the bedrooms and stuff are on one floor. We got a swimming pool now, a barbecue area. We'll show that tomorrow. That's tomorrow night, so looking forward to that one. Thursday night, some trucking and tunes in ETS2, carrying on from where we got to last time. Friday night, Wreckfest. Get that anger out of you on Friday night. Probably won't be here on Saturday, because say up to Luton, then into London. But we're back on Sunday lunchtime with some farming, and then more stuff back next week. An unattended baby in a swimming pool. Yeah, Ed will be trying to swap it for a bottle of whiskey, wouldn't he? So I am looking forward to that one tomorrow. It's an easy one for me because I just sit back and watch like you lot will do. So there we go. So thanks to you lot in chat for keeping me company for the last 2 hours and 22 minutes. And to, people did things. To these people as well. So thanks to IB Charles for following and joining the Discord. Skippy, Michael, Barry and Daniel all for resubscribing. Smiley Tom and Sim for the bits. And Trent and Nico for doing, well, not a lot basically, but thank you anyway. There we go. I'll be back watching some Sims do some things tomorrow night. Until then, if you have been, thanks very much for watching.